So another thing that we've talked about a lot on Old School, because apparently there's not enough topics in the world. Because it's fun and it's things we all relate to, is the thin sheet you put on the toilet seats. Worst design ever. It's been the same design for 100 years, and they refuse to fix it.
Wait, the thin sheet on a, what are you talking? I don't even know what you're talking about.
No, the public bathroom. You want to sit. You wouldn't, under penalty of law. I got it, right? Yeah. And then you put the paper thing, the thin paper, and you have to kind of poke it out, and it's not clear which side is which, and it never sticks. It falls in, and then it sticks when you sit on it. So it's just like, it's a nightmare. It's like you're wrestling that thing, and no one's ever won in a wrestling fight with that thing. Now, on the other hand, the plunger. God's gift to simple tools.
Yeah, that's right. It works like 90% of the time.
90% of the time, that is the correct stat, Alex. Yeah. It works 90% of the time brilliantly and easily. That's and it's just a simple suction. You just bump, God, done. We're done. And then I feel like the plunger is making fun of the smoke detector and the thin piece of paper. Like, what now? What now? You see how simple that was?
Why don't we get the guys behind the plunger? They're probably pretty old now, right? Yeah, they may have passed on, the Plunger Boys. That was their name. That's why it's called a plunger, by the way.
Yeah.
Edgar and Davy Plunger.
That's excellent, Ben. Edgar and Davy Plunger. Perfect.
Yeah, brothers. One of them was the stick guy, and then one of them was the thing, the plunger thing. Right. The guy was like, I got this suction thing, but I don't want to put my hand in the toilet. And Davey was like, what if we put a little hole in the end? I just put a stick in there. Then we could stand way back. Done. The Plunger Boys.
And then they split the proceeds 50-50. But Edgar always thought the suction was the more relevant part. I probably should have gotten at least 60%.
He did, but Edgar knew that he was not, like, Davey made his deals happen. He was charming in the room. I mean, you could argue Davey deserved more.
It's all in the marketing.
That's right. Davey. That's right. And Davey, he's such a good dude. He'd have taken whatever you offered him. Like,
Yeah.
No, look, Edgar loved his brothers. 50-50 was the only way to go.
They were fine. It's just that their grandchildren have been fighting in courts ever since.
Yeah, well, the plunger kids are just, you can't spend 5 minutes with them. They're just endlessly fighting. So the Plunger Boys and the Roku guys should meet with they should take over the smoke detector business.
Oh yeah.
The Roku guys, they figured everything out that people need and want from a television viewing experience. Everything.
100%.
They figured it all out, and they did it with the smallest, simplest remote control in the history of mankind.
No, it's amazing.
Yeah, it's amazing what that thing can do. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that secretly Steve Jobs designed it like as he was dying. Like, here, Roku, this was on me. Okay, that's how well that's designed. When I first saw it, I literally looked at the remote control and said, I don't believe you.
No, right. Totally. I looked at it. I was like, they're like, this is all you need. I'm like, no, it isn't. I gotta have to get another whole remote control that's going to make it. It's going to have choices. I'm going to need choices. This doesn't have any freaking choices. And this is, don't jive me. It's not like I've never watched TV before. Punks. No, it turns out.
And by the way, they high stepped into the end zone. They wasted a couple of buttons. Like they put sling and stuff like that. We don't even use it.
I don't, right. Maybe people use these things at the bottom. They're different on each one. There's obviously coveted spots. This one has Netflix and Hulu and ESPN. No, pointless. Never use it. Never.
Yeah. I use the Netflix one. But no, I'm not going to go just straight to ESPN. But they're only missing one button, which is the mute button. That's the only button I've ever needed.
Yeah. Well, I have a newer one. It's got a mute button.
See,
so it's there. It's there.
Because the geniuses at Roku figured out there's guys like me who go, well, you could throw a mute button in there, right?
The other one I have has now they have a headphone jack.
No, I know. I love that.
Yeah, you can watch in bed. You're not waking up.
So
get on. These guys could have the coolest smoke detectors in 6 months.
No, I'm gonna find an executive at Roku one day, and I'm gonna be like, psst, smoke detectors.
By the way, if Roku has one progressive working there under the age of 30, he's gonna be like, guys, I think you should see something. And he's gonna show them this segment.
Yeah. Can you imagine he shows the executive? Yeah. He's like, look, And then he does this whole big presentation, and at the end, he's got a slide. We could be the next Edgar and Davy. The Roku brothers could be next.
The Roku brothers.
Okay. So I'm going to tell him, don't tell Big Fire. Okay. But we bought a last thing. We bought a new and then I'll get the mass for the members in the post game or whatever the hell the next thing is called. Okay. We bought a new TV for the first time in 12 years, and so we went off the Roku because it's a smart TV. You don't need the Roku, but it turns out you kind of do. Just like it's okay to waste money on the quote unquote waste money on the Roku just to get back to a good simple life.
That's right. That's right. The smart TV has it because it has all the apps on it, right?
It has everything you need. But it's not. I'm like, how do I do the search function? How do this remote has way too many buttons, but not the right buttons?
I wish you'd talk to your friend Ben, because when we bought a new TV last year, we bought a Roku TV. I mean, it's it's like TCL, but it's a Roku TV. So the remote comes with it. This is the remote you get with the TV. Right there you go. It was unbelievable. It was fantastic. And then so it's Roku, but it's all in the TV already, but you still use the remote. It's fantastic.
Okay, one of you old school fans is going to look up 7 years from now when a smoke detector is beeping, and then open it up super easy, and then look at the brand, and it's going to say Roku, and you guys will be like, "Oh my God, they did it!
They did it!
It was them." Ben, in a sense, we could be Edgar and Davy. Just by letting Roku know. Who knows? Maybe there's a Roku guy listening right now.
Maybe. And I'm telling you, for you people out there, if you don't have Roku, but you're interested in cutting the cord or whatever it is, however you watch TV, do it. I'm telling you, life changing.